The two lifts for the liftoff have been announced. If you didn't already see that, they are a 3 rep max back squat and a 1 rep max hang snatch. And that can be performed as a power or a squat, but it must come from the hang. So every year we do this. Every year we pick two lifts. We've been doing this since 2021. So we've got 5 years worth of lift off lifts. And it's always quite tough, right? These aren't just picked from me as my personal favorites, or we don't put one other person in charge. We sit down as a group of coaches. We talk about what we've done in years past, what we've been doing in the gym, so on and so forth. And there's a lot of things to discuss and to take into consideration. So I want you guys to know this because I know the snatch is probably one of those for a lot of people that's the least liked. And it might even keep some people from showing up and doing the lift off because they're like, oh, I hate the snatch or I'm not good at it or whatever, right? And then there's probably a movement that didn't get picked that you really love. So, a couple things for this year. We always want one lift that requires a little bit of skill, so some coordination speed. So that's where like the clean and jerk and snatch usually fall in some form. And then we want another that's pure just strength and it doesn't require the skill and speed, right? That's usually some type of squat, deadlift, bench, strict press, lunge, things of that nature. Now, there are certain lifts that we may just not do. Not a big fan of the deadlift for a true max from a safety perspective. But when we looked at the years past, out of 5 years, we've done some type of clean in 3 of those. And one of the years we didn't clean, we did a front squat, which test a similar thing. And then the other year we had a front rack lunge. So there's been a clean or a front rack related thing. So this year we chose to stay away from that. And of 5 years of doing the lift off, we've only snatched once. And historically, we just haven't snatched as much as we've cleaned. And again, it's not as appealing to most people. So we're kind of suckers for just having the clean as the movement. So this year we chose the snatch because we did just spend 6 weeks from December up through January snatching. And I know we haven't in the past 2 weeks, but for the upcoming 2 weeks, we're going to sprinkle some snatches back in there from the hang position so that you do get to practice these going into the liftoff. Now, when we chose the snatch, that does require a little upper body and some overhead shoulder strength and stability. So that eliminated us from choosing, say, a push press or a strict press or a bench press because we didn't want to do something else that also tied the shoulders into it. So we haven't back squatted. I don't think looking at this list, no, we've never back squatted. It kind of is a safety concern of people bailing. So we'll have separate videos and stuff on that, but we've front squatted and we've lunged. So the back squat, which we do pretty consistently throughout the year, even if it's not like the main lift on a cycle, the back squat, something everyone is familiar with. We all know how to do. Some of us may need to work on making sure we're hitting our depth as those weights get above 85 and 90%. And we thought a 3 rep was good because it might separate some folks who like are just good at a single rep, right? So having a little bit of endurance there. And we like doing the multiple reps on at least one of the lifts. So we've got a very high skilled power explosive movement in the snatch. Again, power or squat. And then we have just a raw strength down and up 3 times with the back squat. Guys, this is such a fun event. For me, maybe even for you, it might be the only like lifting competition that you ever do. It's like kind of serious, but not so serious. And it's at our gym. So guys, ton of fun. If you're signed up for the open, then you are eligible to participate in the liftoff Friday, February 20th. We'll be sending out more details on heat times and how all of that is organized pretty soon. All right, guys, thanks for watching.